modern adaptation of Barbie, directed by Greta Gerwig, is an exploration of feminism in the modern world that calls out gender stereotypes and the patriarchy while simultaneously appealing to a younger audience. The film explores a fantasy Barbie world that is full of feminist ideals, and stereotypical Barbie is sent to pretty much the opposite of that world, the real world that is full of the patriarchy, because she needs to save a middle schooler who is being hunted down by Mattel's CEOs. Even though it is tailored for a younger audience, Barbie is much better understood by one old enough to understand Western society's stereotypical gender roles and nuances. First, Barbie is filmed mostly in close-ups of characters and wide-angle shots with a gradual zoom in. The set and styling choices are primarily bright colorways to interact with the bright movie sets, which include Barbie's dream house, the roads to the real world, and Weird Barbie's dwelling. Gerwig describes these backdrops and set as having an authentic artificiality. There are multiple places in the film that show the frame within a frame filming, such as the scene in which Sasha and Gloria are in the car together while construction workers are fighting, and scenes in which Barbie is in the Weird Barbie's house. A quote from a Quizlet on Greta Gerwig's purpose in creating Barbie nods to catharsis and says Gerwig's ultimate purpose was to create a collective catharsis on the absurdity of human life. Catharsis is defined by FilmDaft as an emotional release or settling a viewer feels after a story builds pressure and then delivers an outcome that fits what came before. Gerwig's goal in building up this catharsis is definitely not lost on the average viewer. Barbie Land and the real world are vastly different. Barbie Land is female-dominated, feminist, forward-thinking, and more kind, while the real world is stressful, patriarchal, misogynist, and just has a lot more problems day to day. Journal dialogue mentions that Gerwig is inviting audiences to question these conventional norms of femininity and embrace the complexities of personal growth. Overall, Greta Gerwig's Barbie is not only just pleasing to the eye and comedic to viewers, but it also speaks to modern issues that rarely get called out or addressed, especially in movies. It is hard to critique this film because it truly did such a great job in calling out these things and being appealing and meaningful. However, one thing that the film could have done better is not have a bunch of nods to the corporation that creates Barbie, Mattel. In the movie, the biggest criticism of patriarchy is still pretty much an advertisement for Barbie, and the film is already called Barbie. It's already an advertisement. In addition, Ruth Handler, the founder of Barbie, is included a lot in the movie, and she's a bit controversial for committing mail fraud and falsifying some financial statements for the company, which was addressed by Time magazine. But even so, Barbie should not be minimized as a live-action version of the dolls. The film is enjoyable, and it is important for any side of the political spectrum to view in order to lead to real change.